Welcome to the Centre of Ki. My name is Leah, and in today's class we're focusing on the hips. Perhaps you have tight hips from sitting down a lot, or perhaps you've always had tight hips and it's something you'd like to work on loosening and stretching in that area. So this class will be a great class to get you started on that path. It's also part of an online course that I'm preparing specifically on creating some mobility through the hip joint in order to be able to sit or attempt to sit in lotus pose. So if that is something you're interested in, then look out for that coming soon. All right, so let's begin today's class. We just need a yoga mat, maybe a thick cushion or a block if necessary. So have something ready if in case you need it, and let's get started. Coming onto your mat, we're going to come onto the hands and knees to begin with. And I want you to take your knees a bit wider than your hips are. And we want the big toes to touch behind us. Okay, so big toes touching, knees nice and wide. And then we're going to drop the bottom towards the heels. Okay, so if you're can't quite get there, that's where your cushion might come in handy. You can just place the cushion on your heels and then you can rest your bottom on the cushion if you like. And we want to stretch the arms forward. So hands about shoulder width wide, spread out through your fingers and place your head on the floor. Okay, so your bottom might be up here. We're trying to drop the hips towards the heels and just notice your arms. We don't want the elbows resting on the mat. We want the arms to be nice and long. So stretch out through those fingertips and just take a few breaths here to begin with. Okay, I'm going to remove the cushion that I had and come back to that position. So a little bit longer, just noticing where it's tight. We're going to work through our hips in this class. Just one more breath here. Trying to gently press the hips to the heels. And then let's curl up through the spine. Coming up, we're coming onto the hands and knees now. Okay, so knees now are under the hips, hands are under the shoulders. We're plugging into the arms. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, lifting the back, tucking the head under, squeezing the belly in nice and tightly. And then breathe in, let's come to neutral spine. And then exhale, let's go the other way. So lifting up, push through the hands. So we just want to warm up the spine. This is a great way to do it. So inhale to center. And exhale, lift the back, tuck the head, press through the hands, feel the spine stretch. Breathe into center. And then exhale, looking up, squeezing into the back, trying to press the tailbone up, and the head is looking up. Breathe into center. Exhale, curling up, push through those hands, tuck your belly button in nice and tightly now. One more each way. Inhale to center. And then exhale, looking up, squeezing into the back. Good. Breathe into center. And last one. Exhale, squeezing up, pushing into those hands, drawing the belly button in, feeling the spine lengthen. And then breathe in. Coming to neutral spine. Lovely. So we're just going to warm up the back a little bit. So keeping the hands there, take a breath in. As you exhale, I want to stretch the right leg away. So we want to make sure the leg is in line with the back. We don't want the leg up here and the hip lifting. So hips are level. Yeah, so roll the outer right hip down if you need to. Press through those hands for a bit of strength. And then press out through the right toes, extending. Now feel your belly working, holding the leg there. Breathe through your nose. So close the mouth to breathe. Extending through that leg, even if it's getting heavy, just imagine it's nice and light and long. Crown of the head is also lengthening forwards. Good, and then bring that knee back to the floor. Let's do the other side, so take a breath in and exhale, lifting the left leg now. Again, notice, has the hip lifted, level the hips, drop the outer left hip down. Extend through those toes and now feel the belly and the back working, holding you in place. Breathing through your nose. Allow the crown of the head to stretch forwards. Just a couple more breaths. Keep those arms lengthening so the chest isn't dipping. That's it, good. Keep breathing. Nice work. All right, and then gently bring that down. All right, so let's just come into a normal child's pose. So knees just slightly apart, and we're resting hands down by the feet. If your head doesn't reach the ground, then bring one fist on top of the other and place your head on top. Otherwise, head is on the mat. So just stay here for a few breaths. Seeing if you can feel the expansion in the body with the inhale and the softness as you exhale. One more breath here. Beautiful. All right, so curl yourself up gently. We're going to come back onto the hands and knees one more time. All right, so this time we're going to do a little hip squeeze. So we're going to take a breath in and exhale. We're going to lift the right leg again, and then from there we're breathing in, and on the exhale we're going to bend the knee and pull the knee towards the shoulder. Now make sure your foot is in line with your knee and your knee is in line with your hip. So try not to let it drop. We're squeezing up so the upper thigh, or the thigh and the lower leg, they're parallel to the floor. And we're just breathing and holding. Now this can be quite strong, so just try and enjoy it. It's kind of like the dog peeing on the lamppost kind of position, all right? So just breathe, press through the hands nice and strongly. Squeezing into the buttock nice and strongly. That's it, nearly there. Beautiful stuff, good. All right, and then breathe in, come back. Lovely. All right, so we're going to do that on the other side. I'm going to turn around so you can see. So hands under shoulders, take a breath in, and exhale, extend the leg out. Take a breath in, and then on your exhale, pull the knee towards the shoulder. Good, and we want to keep the knee in line with the hip, the lower leg also. We're breathing and holding. Maybe this is your harder side like it is for me. Nice strong deep breaths through the nose. Plug down through those hands. Trying to keep that knee in line with the hip. Hopefully you're still with me. I know when we get challenged we can just want to switch the video off, so just try and stay. Another breath. Good, and then coming down. All right, so let's do our child's pose again with the knees wide. So knees are wide, big toes touch, arms come forward, head on the floor. So maybe just by doing that, you can feel your hips have opened already. And just take a few breaths here. Sinking the bottom to the heels. Allow the fingertips to lengthen. Relax through your shoulders. Try not to roll the shoulders upwards. See if they can roll out and down slightly. Very nice. All right, and then slowly curling up, coming on to the bottom. So we're going to sit down. Now, if you want, you can grab a cushion to sit on if that's going to help you, if you have quite tight hips. Otherwise, sitting on the floor is fine. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit of work to loosen. So what we want to do is take the knee out to the side. Let's start with the right or the left, it's up to you. All right, and we want to hold underneath that ankle. So we're holding the ankle underneath, okay? So tuck your elbows in towards your belly. We just got that little platform for the ankle to rest on. Take a breath in. As you exhale, just bend your elbows so your foot comes towards you. Breathe in, lower it down, and then exhale, pull the foot towards you. And breathing down. So I'm just going to go to the side so you can see that from the side. And exhale, bend the knee, bend the elbows so the foot comes towards you. Make sure you don't curl the spine, so try to sit up tall. Inhale, come back. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, pull. Use the elbows digging into the belly as levers. Inhale, back. 1 more. And exhale, pull. Now, if this is impossible, that's okay. Just keep practicing it every day. It will get easier. And then breathe in, down. So let's do that on the other side. So taking whichever foot you didn't do first, take that foot now and rest it on your hands. A little platform with your hands, yeah? Try and tuck your elbows in towards your belly. Take a breath in and exhale. Bend those elbows and pull the foot towards your face. Breathing back. So your arms are just like a lever. Exhaling, pulling forwards. And maybe you notice there's a harder side. Exhale, pulling up. If there is a harder side, then just do maybe 5 more on the hard side after this class. Exhale, or even pause the video and go back to your harder side and then restart. And then exhale. Good, and coming back. All right, so let that leg go. All right. So we're going to do another one, just loosening or trying to loosen things. So what we want to do is we want to hold on to the foot and the knee, okay? Now, if you can do that with your hands, excellent. And we're just going to rock the hip from side to side. So the leg moving side to side, just loosening that hip up a little bit. Okay, now if you can and you want to see if you can, we can try and use the elbow instead. So bring the foot into the elbow, bring the other knee or the knee into the other elbow, and then we're rocking so it's a little bit stronger, okay? You want to pull the toes back on this foot in front of your face, and it's kind of resting in the crook of your elbow. We're just rocking side to side. Now try to sit up nice and tall. Don't sag the belly, don't sag the chest, and we're just rocking gently, breathing. So if you can't do it with the elbows, then you're just holding with the hands instead. Lovely stuff. All right, so we've done enough on that side, I think. Let's go to the other leg. So I'm just going to flip around so you can see. All right, so other leg coming up. So we're either holding the foot and the knee, and we're just rocking gently like that. Or if we can, we want to use the elbow, hook the foot into the elbow, hook the knee into the elbow, and we're rocking. Okay, so this is obviously a lot stronger. The leg comes closer to the chest. You can start just holding, and that may be where you're at to begin with, and that is fine. The more you do it, the easier it gets. And just keep breathing, gentle rocking through that hip joint. Good, all right, we've had enough of that. We're going to let that go. Lovely stuff. So just noticing how that feels through your hip joints already. We're going to do one more. I keep moving around. We're going to do one more. I'm going to face this way. All right. So this time, what we want to do is we're going to have one leg straight, the other knee is bent. And we're going to reach over the toes onto the padding of the foot. Try and reach from the inside if you can, so the knee is on the outside of the arm. All right, and we want to place the other hand on the hip, so we're sitting up nice and tall, okay? Now push out through the leg on the floor, the toes are back, lift up through the crown of the head, take a breath in, and as you exhale, we're trying to straighten out or push the heel of this leg forwards. Maybe the leg will straighten, maybe it won't, that doesn't matter. Inhale, now as you inhale, try and pull the knee back behind you, so you're pushing the knee back. And then exhale, push the heel forwards, yeah? Inhale, pull it back, keep lifting through the spine. And then exhale, push the heel forwards. Let's try one more. Inhale, bring it back. And then exhale, take it forwards. Now, whether your knee is bent or straight, doesn't matter. We're just gonna hold the knee with the other hand, take a breath in. And as you exhale, just gently pressing on the knee. Just see how you go. Obviously, don't overdo it. We don't want anything to snap. Inhale, let it soften. Exhale, pressing gently. So I can even do this without any pressure on the knee, but just see how you go. Let's do one more. And then exhale. And wherever you get to, we're going to stay. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, pull your head or your ear towards that knee and look under your arm. Breathe in, lift the head. And now turn the other way. Try and get the other ear to the knee as you breathe out. Inhale, come up. And exhale, turn, looking under your arm, trying to get the ear to the knee. Breathe in, lift up, one more. Exhale, turning the other way. And breathe in, up, and then let that leg go. All right, so give it a little shake. Quite strong work there, but that's okay. All right, so let's try the other side. So, hand goes over the toes onto the padding of the foot. Other hand is on the hip. Toes are back on the straight leg. Lift up through the crown of your head. Take a breath in. And exhale, try to straighten out this leg in front of us. Good. Breathe in. Pull the knee back. Try to pull it behind you. Inhale, take it forwards. Sorry, exhale, take it forwards. Inhale, pull it back. Exhale, pushing that heel away. Good. Inhale, bring it back. Last one. And then exhale, so go as far as you can. Place the other hand on the knee, just breathing in. And then exhale, just trying to lengthen a little bit more. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, we lengthen. One more, breathe in. Keep lifting up through the crown. And exhale. So we're staying here, take a breath in. And as you exhale, pull your opposite ear towards the knee, so you look under your arm. Breathe in, lift the head. And then exhale, turn the head the other way, trying to get the ear towards that knee. Breathe in, up, just one more each side. Exhale, turning, looking underneath your arm. Breathe in, back, last one. Exhale, and breathe in, up. And we're going to let that go, and we're going to have a rest on our backs. So lie down, just let that go, legs out straight, arms beside you. Palms are up towards the ceiling. And just breathe for a few breaths here. So you might have stirred something up in the lower back, in the hips, in the deep belly area. More than likely. So just give that a moment to adjust to those changes. The rest is the chance for the body to integrate, to absorb, to receive whatever it is we're trying to change. And just allow, as you breathe in, let everything expand. As you exhale, let it soften. Just notice how your body is feeling. What sensations can you sense? Alright, lovely stuff. So let's just grab the knees and we'll just pull them to the chest. So hold on to them, knees together, head is on the floor to start with. Try and relax your shoulders, take a breath in. As you exhale, pull your head to your knees, so lengthening through the lower back. Inhale, come back. And then exhale, pull. Good, let's do one more, breathe in. And then exhale, lift. Lovely, and then come back. Now what we want to do now is take the knees out wide, bring the soles of the feet together, and then grab onto, if you can, interlace your fingers under the little toe side of the foot. If not, just hold your feet as best you can. Alright, so taking a breath in, and again, exhale, pulling the head towards the feet this time, not the knees, because the knees are apart. Inhale, come back. Exhale, pull your head to your feet to your head. Inhale, come back. Not a very elegant pose, I must say. And exhale, pulling up. Lovely. And then we'll just see if we can rock and roll along the spine. So use that momentum to try and rock all the way up to the shoulders, all the way to the tailbone, and then sitting up. Fantastic. All right. Lovely stuff. So we're coming back to sitting. Now this may be where you want to use your cushion. Okay, if you are using a cushion, you just want the buttocks, the edges of the buttocks to rest on the cushion. Okay, you don't want to sit right up high. Just so the buttocks are on the cushion. Otherwise, you don't need it. Just take it away. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the foot to the knee. Okay. So let's start with the right knee bent out to the side and the foot cupping the left knee. pulling the toes back on our straight leg, and we want to interlace the hands here in front of the chest. So take a breath in and exhale, extending forwards. Now if your knee is all the way up here, that's okay. Eventually we want the knee to come down, and the more we do this, it will happen slowly though. And then exhale forward. So push down through that bent knee if you can. Bring your mind into that space. Inhale, coming up, and exhale forwards. As you go forwards, you may only be getting to here. Squeeze your belly in, and you might be able to go another millimeter. Inhale, coming up, and exhale. One more breath in, and breathing out. Good, and coming up. So let's swap the legs over. So left foot is now cupping the right knee. The right leg is straight out in front. Hands interlace. Now really important is to try and relax your shoulders. We don't want to have tension up here. So just soften the upper back. Take a breath in and exhale forwards. Again, trying to press down through the bent knee to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale forward, squeeze the belly in gently. Maybe you can go another millimeter. Inhale up, exhale forwards. Two more, breathe in, exhale, breathe, big long breath out. Inhale up, last one, and exhale. Good, and then coming up. So coming back to the first side, we're going to take the knee out. The foot is cupping the knee again. The leg is straight with the toes back. And we want to breathe in, lift the arms up, and make sure you're facing that straight leg. You're not sort of twisting to some other direction. And on the exhale, we're going to reach forward and grab what you can. You may be able to grab your foot, maybe your ankle, your shin, your knee, depending on where you're at. Okay? And we just want to hold here and breathe. So as you inhale, see if you can lengthen through your spine. And on the exhale, pull your belly towards your thigh. Breathe in, lengthen. And then exhale, pull down. Gently. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, gently coming closer to the thigh. Breathe in, lengthen. And then exhale down, and try now to push this bent knee into the floor. You're going to feel that up through the back of the thigh in towards the hip and the buttock. Breathe in, lengthen again. Keep the toes back on this straight leg. Exhale, coming forwards. And we just want to stay here and breathe. So make sure you're not curling through the spine. Try and lengthen the spine if anything. So imagine, your tailbone pressing down and the crown of the head getting longer and longer and longer. So we're not jarring the chin forwards, just the crown of the head gently lengthening, holding and breathing. Maybe we can breathe through the nose. Nearly there, just a little bit longer. Bring your mind back to the bent knee, trying to press it down towards the floor. Good, all right, and then gently coming up and out of that. All right, so let's swap the legs over again. So even though we're stretching through the back of the straight leg, we're still trying to incorporate the hip on the bent knee side by pushing down the knee and the thigh towards the ground. All right, so let's sit up again, toes back on the straight leg, foot cupping the knee, breathing in, stretching up. And then exhale, reaching forward, grabbing what you can. Knee, shin, ankle, foot, whatever you can reach. And we breathe in, we want to lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, drawing the belly to the thigh. That's the key there, belly towards the thigh. Breathe in, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, pulling the belly towards the thigh. Breathe in, we lengthen again. And as you exhale, lengthen forwards. Now press down through that bent knee towards the floor. Really bring some activation into the bent knee leg, pressing the knee and the thigh down towards the ground. And just stay here breathing. With each breath in, expand and lengthen. As you exhale, soften and drop. And we're just holding here, breathing now. Crown of the head lengthening towards the foot. Wherever you get to is fine. Couple more breaths. Try to relax your shoulders. Notice if your spine is arching. We want to try and lengthen rather than arch. Very nice. Good. All right, and then gently coming all the way up, and we're going to lie down on our back again. So just let that be. It might feel a bit empty after we've stretched and held that position, but that's okay. Just breathe gently. Let the back sink into the floor. If it's a little bit sore, we're going to squeeze into it in a moment. So just try and breathe through any discomfort you might be feeling. Breathe down into your belly. Try and push the belly button outwards as you breathe in. And exhale, let the belly soften. Okay, so let's bend our knees up. Take the feet wider than the bottom. And make sure your feet are turning parallel and not outwards. If you can grab your ankles, then hold on. If you can't reach, then press your palms down into the floor. Alright, so chin is tucking in, shoulders are rolling back, heels are on the ground. We don't want the heels off the mat. Okay, so push the heels down, take a breath in. As you breathe out, squeezing up, pressing the hips to the ceiling, feel the thighs lengthen. Inhale to the floor, just 2 more like that. Exhale, squeeze up. Now really press through the heels, feel the neck stretch, feel the belly lift. Inhale down, last one. And exhale, squeezing up. Use the energy in the back, seal that in, squeeze it strongly. And then very gently coming all the way down. Lovely. And just let that go again. Give the legs a gentle wobble. And then find some stillness. Lovely. All right, so grab the knees one more time, pulling them in. Take a breath in and exhale. Squeeze your head up towards the knees. Breathe in back. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale, bring it back. One more. Exhale, lift, and then rock and roll a couple of times. And we're going to come back to where we started just to see if there's been any improvement. So knees wider than your hips, big toes together at the back, dropping the bottom towards the heels, and then stretching forward. So forehead is on the mat, arms are lengthening, and just noticing now as you're breathing here, whether the hips feel a bit more open, whether the lower back feels a bit more flexible, whether the hips get closer to the heels now. Allow the fingertips to stretch forwards, walk the fingers, let the arms get longer. Sink the bottom closer to the heels. Lovely. All right, and then slowly, gently curl yourself up. And just coming into a seated position. If you want, we can have a go at sitting cross-legged. You might want your cushion for that. So just sitting on the edge of the cushion, bringing the legs out in front, bring one foot in and cross over the other leg. So you can actually stack one leg on top of the other. So ankles are stacked. Just see how you go there. The more cushions you have, the easier it might be. And we just bring our hands into the lap, placing one hand on the other, thumbs are touching. Relax through your shoulders and just close your eyes for a moment. Breathing down into the belly. Again, just noticing the crown of the head gently lifting. Shoulders are soft. And let's breathe in, arms rise up and out. Breath in, rising up and out. Let's do one more big breath in. As you exhale, hands into prayer pose at the chest. Relax the shoulders again. Tuck the chin in gently. And just finding your center there. Feeling grounded. Tailbone sinking downwards. Hips gently opening. And just take a moment to acknowledge your effort in doing the class today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you do find you have tight hips, then practice this class regularly, and then look out for my hip course that will be coming out soon as well. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I look forward to seeing you in another class real soon. Thank you.